This is the Shijiazhuang Officer Training Academy south of Beijing. With 3,500 students, it is the biggest of 11 such academies spread across China. To become an officer in the modern PLA, you have to be trained at one of these academies. Gone are the days when you could rise up through the ranks as a loyal servant of the party. The emphasis is on regimentation of body and mind. Taking it in turns to order each other, the cadets learn the twin responsibilities of command and obedience. But more than this, every aspect of their lives at the academy is rigorously disciplined.
I'm Chen Hong. I come from Wangdu in Hebei. There's 12 of us here altogether, and the group leader sleeps in this position. His deputy sleeps over there, as it's easier for him to turn the lights on every morning. Well, this is my bed, and this is where I normally put my clothes. This here is my quilt. We always have to fold it 4 times like this, and then tidy it up. These books here, when they're not being used, they're also stacked together, like this. They're tidied up and then put away like this. We get around $5 a month. For food, we just go to the canteen over there. So normally we only spend the money on, say, things for brushing teeth or face soaps. We don't need to spend the money on anything on ourselves. Except we have to buy things like letter paper for ourselves so we can write home. Everyone misses home. This is my drawer. The organization of this drawer matches that drawer. The position of everything in this drawer is like a mirror image of where everything is in that drawer. I also have a radio. I listen to it like this. And what else can I say? Nothing. Stop.
Chen Hong is in his second year of training. He's 20 years old and wants to be an artillery officer. If he makes the distance, he'll be a lieutenant when he graduates in 4 years' time. The first exercise of the morning is vocal. Calling out commands is something they'll have to get used to. Every year, the PLA trains 20,000 new officers. It sounds a lot, but there are more than 3 million soldiers to command and many uneducated officers to replace. They can't keep up with the demand. Unlike ordinary conscripts in the provinces, Chunhung doesn't have to wash in a bucket. Living conditions are much better. Basic routines and traditions, though, are the same throughout the army.
In our first year, when we just arrived, we did training to toughen us up. And that was for exactly 1 month. There were no general classes, just formation drills on the drilling ground. For that month, we trained all the time, except when we were eating and resting. That's why it was the hardest month.
There's no talking at meal times, not just because the food is better than average, it's a matter of discipline.
The difficult bit was wanting to go home but not being able to. Well, generally, we can only go home on holidays once every 6 months. So if we have 3 days off, I still can't go home, even though my family is nearby.
Just now I monitor you and you just listen to the tape. Now this time, improve your practice the dialogue.
This is the weekly English lesson. It's part of Chunhung's timetable of classes, 7 hours a day, 6 days a week. They study military theory and practice, as well as general subjects. There are political classes too, but they're only 20% of the curriculum. And these days they include art, music, and calligraphy, as well as correct political thinking. In each room, a video camera enables the head of the academy to monitor the classes. Big Brother is still watching, even though the bad old days of brainwashing are supposed to be over.
In the past, we did have the situation of speaking meaningless phrases in education, so soldiers weren't willing to listen to us. If you just cram your students as if you were force-feeding ducks, naturally they won't want to listen to you. If we are properly prepared for the classes and also make our lessons relevant to the true situation of the soldiers and society, then they will be ready to listen.